It looks like you can book it. The anybody but Shedeur Mafia is definitely not gonna like this. Todd Monken and the quarterback coach blown away with Shedeur Sanders throughout camp. We got to get into what the quarterback coach had to say. My man G. Bush broke down the anybody but Shedeur Mafia, trying to keep a hate train going. We got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get right into things, man. This is Browns quarterback coach Mike Bajakian, okay?
There is an absolute storm currently tearing through the Cleveland front office, and it has nothing to do with the standard, manufactured training camp hype you see on the national sports networks. The Browns are actively standing at a terrifying, franchise-defining crossroads as we head into the 2026 NFL season. General Manager Andrew Berry is currently facing two monumental, era-shaping decisions that will completely rewrite the trajectory of this organization for the next half-decade. We are talking about a high-stakes, deeply tense contract extension for their defensive anchor, and the absolutely absurd, completely baseless trade rumors actively attempting to sabotage their most polarizing, electrifying quarterback prospect. As an analyst crunching the raw, unfiltered data of the 2026 NFL landscape, I can tell you that the mainstream narrative is a complete farce. They want you to believe the team is fracturing, the data says they are building. You are locked into NFL Zone Talks, the absolute authority on the raw power dynamics of the gridiron. Smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let's expose exactly what is happening behind closed doors at Browns headquarters. We aren't just talking about football here, we're talking about the survival of the Browns' identity in an incredibly competitive division. To truly comprehend the stakes, we have to look directly at the absolute anchor of this defense, Grant Delpit. The elite safety is currently staring down the final year of his massive, 3-year, $36 million deal, and the tension is officially reaching a boiling point. He is 27 years old, he has completely sacrificed his body for 5 hard-fought years of service, and the brutal reality of the NFL is that no player survives a contract year without massive, career-altering anxiety. Walking onto the gridiron with zero future security in a league as violent as ours is a terrifying prospect for any human being. The national media desperately wants you to believe
Sean today could be Shedeur tomorrow. Dylan Gabriel might even be in the mix, but we ain't gonna tell you nothing. So you know what you're gonna have to do? You have to sit there and wait. And by the time they wait, when those pads get on, you won't even have a story to spin because the whole world would have saw it right in front of your face, right during training camp, right during the preseason games. But you've been trying to fast forward it. We just talked about
a messy, locker room splitting holdout is imminent, portraying a fractured relationship between player and management. But that isn't the whole story. The raw data and credible insider reports confirm that a new deal isn't just a casual discussion, it is an absolute inevitability. The organization fundamentally recognizes that letting a defensive powerhouse walk during his absolute physical prime would be a catastrophic, unforgivable mistake. Keeping the defensive core intact is the absolute top priority for General Manager Andrew Berry. They stood by him through his early rookie injuries, and they are fully prepared to pay for the terrifying production he is guaranteed to deliver. Delpit isn't just a safety, he is the defensive identity of this team. If they lose him, the entire secondary becomes a massive liability.
With Shedeur, why do you got the whole anybody but Shedeur Mafia trying to promote trading Shedeur and all of this stuff? It's nonsense, man. Shedeur is doing his thing. The coaching staff sees it. You're just going to have to be mad and watching him play from the sideline. Take it away, G. Bush.
Indictment on Shedeur. However, Shedeur's journey in Cleveland or elsewhere is not over, correct?
Yeah, like if he starts, Deshaun Watson, I've said it all the time.
But while the defense securely locks down its perimeter, the offense is dealing with an absolute, media-driven circus. A bizarre, completely manufactured trade rumor has actively taken over the internet, falsely claiming that the Browns are desperately trying to shop Shedeur Sanders. Let me be brutally blunt, this is absolute, unfiltered nonsense. Why in the world would Todd Monken, now the head coach with absolute, total authority over this entire roster, trade away his ultimate developmental weapon? The team is desperately trying to win right now, and Shedeur is the only player in that quarterback room capable of generating authentic, electrifying hope for the fanbase. And what happened next would shock everyone pushing this fake narrative. The media is aggressively trying to sell you the lie that Shedeur simply cannot handle the psychological pressure of being a backup. You've heard the pundits claim that if he doesn't secure the starting job immediately, he will become a toxic locker room presence. That is a weak, entirely fabricated take. The people pushing this agenda aren't analyzing his arm talent or his football IQ, they are completely exhausted by the relentless social media backlash that permanently follows his brand. They desperately want the noise to stop, and they genuinely believe the easiest solution is to ship the kid out of town. It isn't about football, it is about cowards in the press box demanding a quiet life because they can't handle the heat of reporting on a polarizing player. The reality is that Shedeur Sanders, after surviving a trial by fire by starting 7 games in 2025, is a legitimate NFL prospect who thrives on competition. Monken isn't interested in media noise, he is interested in wins, and right now, the Watson vs. Sanders vs. Gabriel battle is the single most compelling camp story in the entire league. The front office isn't just looking at the next 6 months, they are intensely focused on the massive, billion-dollar transition to a brand new stadium in 2029. You cannot successfully walk into a new era without electrifying, highly marketable pieces to keep the city financially and emotionally invested. Trading away their one glowing offensive spark for a meaningless mid-round draft pick would be the equivalent of throwing in the towel before the first whistle even blows. Andrew Berry has expertly navigated the salary cap, and now he must prove he possesses the iron will to navigate a media firestorm. Todd Monken has finalized his 2026 coaching staff, and he's been clear about his philosophy: we're in the development business. He isn't worried about the noise. He's focused on the fact that he has a quarterback room featuring Deshaun Watson, Shedeur.
When you're looking for one piece of evidence to say that's all you need to know, that's not scientific method. I like to have multiple points. I like to have a body of work. I want to look at the totality of things. The problem that we got is that is the way you analyze and view the game. You analyze the game by saying EPA, he's the worst ever. You analyze the game, well, this one move that they don't start.
Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. He is running a competition that is too close to call, and he has the security to let the best man win. Ultimately, this entire saga comes down to one absolute question: does the Cleveland front office possess the iron discipline to follow their master plan? If they inexplicably dump Sanders or let Del Pitt walk, it signals a terrified, panicking franchise. If they aggressively extend their core and patiently develop their young talent, it projects a terrifying, unshakable long-term vision. The solution is to ignore the outside noise, stay incredibly steady, and find out exactly what this roster is made of when the stadium lights finally turn on this fall. The Cleveland Browns are not looking to rebuild, they are looking to retool. Every single decision being made right now is tied to that 2029 stadium goal. They need stability, they need young stars, and they need a team that the city actually wants to watch. If you're a fan, stay patient. Do not let the clickbait artists convince you that the sky is falling. Drop your absolute most honest predictions in the comments. Do you think the Browns are going to keep Shedeur through the entire season, or is the media pressure to move him just too high? Keep the vision steady, stay hyped, and I will see you in the next breakdown.